Hi guys, let's discuss current affairs. In this week's first question, we discuss nuclear weapons. This is a report from SIPRI. SIPRI, as you would know, is the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. This is based in Sweden, in the capital, Stockholm. And let me repeat the full name, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Every year, it comes out with multiple reports, primarily related to military expenditures. Now, these military expenditures could relate to military budgets, actual expenditures, national, global, regional. Plus, it comes out with a report on nuclear weapons. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a report, this is a graphic that I took from SIPRI's own website. Now, in the latest report, that's a 2024 report, it says that India's nuclear arsenal has expanded. Let me use red here. This is India, as you can see here. It was 164 in 2023. Currently, it is 172. So we have expanded our nuclear arsenal. We are building more bombs. That's what it means. But it also is important to know that, Russia, this is the same number, of course, 172. Russia has the highest number of nuclear weapons in the world. You can see this is Russia. Russia has the world's highest number of nuclear weapons. Comes, United States in the second place, of course. The UK is in the third, and this is what it says. But I can tell you the UK, while it says here it's in the third place, China, my friends, has the third highest number of nuclear weapons in the world, 500. Well, these are all guesstimates. Neither India nor China, comes out with any specific number. Please understand, we never ever tell the world that, look, we have so many nuclear weapons. While the United States and Russia often come out with figures, we don't. Because till recently, Russia and the US have had agreements wherein they had to specify the number of nuclear warheads each had. India does not have such an agreement with any country or with any international organization. Neither does China, of course. So these two countries, China and India, and of course you can bring in Pakistan as well. All these three countries don't have any obligation to report, divulge, the number of nuclear warheads each of these countries have. So, India's overtaking, that's what the report says, India has overtaken Pakistan. For decades, India has been behind Pakistan, but then these are all on paper. Maybe we have always been ahead of Pakistan, but we don't want to tom-tom that. Okay, so that's how it is. Pakistan is in pretty bad shape, my friends, economically, and maybe that has had major impact on the kinds of, stuff it could import that would help it build more nuclear weapons, but we don't know that. Yeah. So any which way, India is there. India is, also focused on. India is most focused on long range. Let me use white here. Okay, different places, different thing. Long range weapons. Long range. What are weapons? Basically missiles. So we are more focused on building this primarily because for decades, our focus had been Pakistan, now it's China. Our intention is to be able, is to reach every part of China. So we are building, Agni, we are building, beyond Agni kind of missiles, which could reach every part of China. So today we can reach Beijing, but, if you have to reach Inner Mongolia, over up there, we need to bring in a fewer, and better missiles, better, with higher ranges. Okay, guys, so that's the story. And you look at this, there is this country called Israel here in the bottom. Israel has a policy of NCND. So, NCND means neither confirm nor deny. So they don't confirm that they have nuclear weapons, but they also don't deny that they have nuclear weapons. Okay, so that's about it, my friends. Maybe we could bring in a little more about this in the next session. Well, here there is this question about an institution or bank that has launched the Bank Clinic initiative to offer guidance and assistance to bank customers. Historically, India has had an office of, ombudsman, and this comes from Sweden again. Ombudsman. This is where basically this is a nodal officer, a grievance redressal officer. Now these guys, All India Bank as Employees Association has come out with a bank clinic which would help consumers, bank customers, solve their and so in solving their queries and all that. Now, while we would not need to know who is the chairperson, because these are very these are not great bodies of, I would say not bodies of great importance. If you look at NABARD, that's the first one, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. This, ladies and gentlemen, is headed by KV, Shaji or Shaji KV. Okay. Then we have the Reserve Bank of India. You all know who is the governor of the Reserve Bank of India, Shaktikanta Das. We have the Financial Services Institutions Bureau, whose primary objective is to advise the Government of India, the Minister of Finance, in recommending in selecting, shortlisting people who could be the executive directors or non-executive chairpersons, or people who would sit on the boards of these banks. Okay, currently it's headed by a person called Bhanu Pratap Sharma. Bhanu Pratap Sharma. Okay, I guess that's about it. This body does not exist any longer. So let's clear from here. Let's go to the next one. Ambuja Cements acquiring Penna Cement. Penna Cement is was an independent company, but it's being now acquired by Ambuja Cements, which in turn is owned by the Adani Group. So if you look at Aditya Birla, it owns Ultratech. And earlier this week, Ultratech Cement said that they are going to purchase about 23% stake in a company called India Cements. And those of you who are cricket lovers, you would know that India Cements is headed by a man called N. Srinivasan, the owner of Chennai Super Kings. Okay, so everything is linked to cricket here. So, any which way, I guess that's about it. Barely anything else to discuss. Fair? Ultratech Cement is India's largest cement company, by the way. And now the Adanis and the Birlas, because Aditya Birla, the group is headed by a man, an executive called Kumar Mangalam Birla. I think it's just stuck. No, never mind. Kumar Mangalam Birla. So, Kumar Mangalam Birla studied chartered accountancy, and of course, not just he's a CA, he's also an MBA from the London Business School. Which Indian cricket? Okay, but just by the way, Aditya Birla Group owns a lot of companies. Right where I am, a little away, a few hundred meters from here, are showrooms of Alan Solly. You have Louis Philippe. You have Peter England, and Van Heusen. All these showrooms are pretty close to where I am standing right now. All are owned by Aditya Birla Group. You must be familiar with Pantaloons. It's owned by Aditya Birla Group. You know this Vodafone Idea. Idea is a partner. Idea, basically, this is, Aditya Birla is one of the promoters, one of the owners of Vodafone Idea. Okay. So it owns a large number of companies, my friends. From there, you could go to the next one, as we mentioned earlier, but then we went back. This is, you all know, Ravichandran Ashwin, and he has come out with his biography written in collaboration with Siddharth Monga, and this is called I Have the Streets, a Kutti Cricket Story. Okay. Ashwin's, a match winner, of course, one of India's greatest, spinners ever. And what about the choices here? Do we know anything about this? Virat Kohli. There is no biography, there is no autobiography, but there is a biography that's titled Driven. It's, if I'm not wrong, it's written by Vijay Lokapalli. I would know that because I've read the book. I have the book. It's titled Driven by Vijay Lokapalli. It's a story of Virat Kohli. Suresh Raina wrote his own story. So it's called autobiography. It's called Believe. What is it called? Believe. That's the name of his, autobiography. Believe. Shami and Jadeja are not yet there. That is in writing their own life story. So from here, let's go to the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, from cricket to football. The European Football Championship 2024 is being hosted by Germany. This started in June, mid June, and it's going to end mid July. That's next month. That's the logo, of course, as you can see, all the countries and the primary colors of the football teams and the football clubs in this in this logo there. I guess there's hardly anything else to discuss, but the 2026 World Cup, Football Men's World Cup, or basically it's called Football Cup, World Cup Football Championship. Okay. World Cup Football Championship is headed by, it will be hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So in geographical order, Mexico, United States, and Canada. Okay, and Canada. So three countries are going to host the 2026 World Cup Football Championship in, of course, in a couple of years from today. Yeah. So let's go past this. Recently, three craters were discovered on Mars, the red planet, and they have been named after two towns, one in Bihar, the other in Uttar Pradesh, and one great cosmic ray planetary scientist named Devendra Lal. Professor Devendra Lal worked for the PRL, which is the Physical Research Laboratory, which in Ahmedabad. Okay. This is a crater. You can see here, this is a crater, and you will find that this is a 65-kilometer crater. Okay. The good thing about this is that on either side of the crater, there are on the rim basically. See, crater is where there is a kind of a you could say a big crevice basically. It's a this is a crater. Okay, so this hollow shape basically, there is here at this point another crater, and on its east also there is another crater here. This is Hilsa crater. Hilsa is a town in Bihar, and Mursan is a town in Uttar Pradesh. So I don't know why they chose these city town names. In fact, I tried to locate information. I went to the websites here, all this stuff here, but I couldn't locate why they were chosen. If you have any better information, please share. Email us info@timeforeducation.com, or you could leave that in the comments as well. Okay. So any which way, how big is Jupiter? Jupiter is the largest planet. In fact, our 1300 Earths would make one Jupiter. So it's a pretty large planet, isn't it? The moon. The moon is the only natural satellite of the Earth. We all have heard of. Now, I want to tell you something here. We have sunlight. We believe that we know that sunlight takes 8 minutes, isn't it, to reach the Earth. Fair? That we would know because we know the distance between the sun and the Earth, which is about 14.93 kilometers, 14.93 crore kilometers, not crore, 14.9 kilometers. It is 14.93 crore kilometers, and we know the speed of light is about 3 lakh kilometers per second. So you divide the distance by the speed, you would find that it takes about 8 minutes for light from the sun to reach Earth. But how much time does moonlight take to reach Earth? You may argue that, well, Bharat, the moon is not a luminous body. Exactly. But sun's rays fall on the moon and they reflect to the Earth. So, that's what moonlight is. It's reflection of sunlight. Okay. Now, guys, how much time does moonlight take? Well, it takes 1.3 seconds. 1.3 seconds. That's because we know the speed of light, 3 lakh kilometers per second. But we also know that the speed of the distance between the Earth and the Moon is 3.84 lakhs kilometers. 3.84 lakh kilometers. Okay. So you divide this by 3 lakh, kilometers per second, you would get about 1.29, or let's make it 1.3 seconds. So it takes 1.3 seconds from moonlight to reach Earth. Okay. I have always been, interested in knowing the small things that most people are not interested. Well, the World Day Against Child Labor, of course, child labor is a very distressing thing. It's a crime against the child. It's against childhood. Every child, of course. It's observed on June 12th. June 12th. What about June 5th? June 5th is World Environment Day. June 15th is World Wind Day. What is it? Wind Day. World Wind Day. 21st, what is that? International Yoga Day. International Day of Yoga. And June 20th is World Refugee Day. World Refugee Day. I guess fairly simple to discuss stuff. This stuff has been, this has been a very easy question. Which country hosted the 2024 Ukraine Peace Summit, which saw about 100 countries and organizations coming together to solve the problem in Ukraine, the war in Ukraine. The funny thing, they didn't invite Russia. Now, who is the aggressor? They say Russia. But if you don't believe, don't invite the guys who are, who they blame to be the aggressors, who they blame to be the, the attackers, how solutions would emerge, my friends? How would solutions emerge? That's how it is. So, I want you to know where is Switzerland. So, this is, okay, sorry. Let me clear this. I'll use red here. Guys, this is Switzerland. I wanted you to look at Ukraine. This is Ukraine. It's a pretty large country, about 6.03 lakh square kilometers. Russia is, 170 lakh. You understand this difference now? 170 lakh. This is Russia, this is Ukraine. Switzerland is a very tiny country, of course, and this is Switzerland. You see Italy here, France, Germany, Austria. So, this country is landlocked. What is it? It's a landlocked country. It's a very tiny country. Its population is about 90 lakhs. And, it's one of the only 2 countries in the world to not have a capital. So, Nauru, which is an island in the Pacific Ocean, which is a tiny country, which is about, I think, if I remember it correctly, 21 square kilometers, and Switzerland. These 2 countries do not have a capital. So, but legally they don't have a capital. Constitutionally they don't have a capital. But the main city in Switzerland is a place. The city where the government sits is a place called Bern. So, this city is taken to be the capital by many, but technically it has no capital. Fair, guys? Do you know who's the president of Switzerland? A person named Viola Amherd. Viola Amherd. Okay, yeah. Viola Amherd. We know about all of this. Italy, which played host to the G7 summit, where in fact our Prime Minister was also invited. It's headed by Giorgia Meloni. Giorgia Meloni. You already know that, so let's skip that part. Okay. And this Prime Minister, the leaders, the president in Switzerland has more or less a 1-year tenure, because there is a 7-member federal council. Okay, all the members take turns to become the president for 1 year. And you know what? Switzerland does not have a language called Swiss language. If someone would tell you that, hey guys, come here, pay me money, I'm going to teach you Swiss language. Please know, there is no Swiss language. Okay, there are 4 languages. You have French here, German, Italian, and Romansh. Only 4 languages in Switzerland. What are they? Italian, French, German, and Romansh. 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 Fair? India is said to become the sixth country India is the sixth country in the world to come up with this program called Samudrayan. Why? What is this program? This is a deep ocean crude mission. Okay. So this is, we are going to send our scientists, our researchers 6 kilometers below the surface. Okay, for deep sea research. This will be in central Indian Ocean, and this will be, our scientists will go under the water, under the surface in a vehicle called Matsya 6000. That's the name. Matsya 6000. Okay. So that's the idea. But we said India is the sixth country. What are the other 5 countries? You have the US. You have the, you have the French, France, you have Japan, you have China, you have Russia. The best way to remember this is, of the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, you replace Japan, you replace UK with Japan, the rest are there in the UN Security Council as permanent members. Correct? So our guys are going down, into deep ocean, my friends. An Indian Air Force contingent went to Alaska for military exercise, and they went to Eielson Air Force Base, which is in the US. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alaska. This is Alaska. America has 50 states. Okay, America has 50 states. You see this American flag, you would find, there are 50 stars here, because these are all, of course, my star does not look like star. So, any which way, there are 50 stars in America because there are 50 states, and there are 13 stripes, red and white stripes. Yeah, I don't want to use red now. Red and white stripes. Why red and white stripes? Because there are 13 stripes, and all these 13 represent the 13 original colonies in the US. At the time of American independence in 1776, America had 13 colonies, 13 states, all on the East Coast, and these are the 13 colonies. Okay, so you know what? This is Alaska, and of the 50 states, Alaska and Hawaii are not contiguous to the other 48 states, means they don't share a border with the other 48 states. Now you look at this, something here. So this is, you see, this is, is America's northernmost, westernmost, state, and something more. This is Russia. This is Russia. This entire area is Russia. This is, of course, you can see Alaska here. It's a huge place, 6.65 lakh square kilometers. It's not an ordinary place, okay? But it's cold, pretty cold, very, very cold place. Now, one more thing. This was owned by Russia. This area was a part of the Russian Empire. But I think sometime in 1867, the Russians sold it to the Americans for about what is this? I think the dollar sign came out wrong. Yeah, $7.2 million. You know that? America purchased Alaska for $7.2 million from Russia. Fair? So that's about it. You see this place this is called Bering Strait. What is it called? Bering Strait. See, any narrow channel of water that separates two land bodies is called a strait. What is it? It's S-T-R-A-I-T, strait. You know what? Between India and Sri Lanka, there is the Park Strait, P-A-L-K. So here there is a Bering Strait. This is America. This is America. This is Russia. Where? So, a lot to learn, my friends. There is so much to learn. It's just, we barely have a clue about what's happening around us. And of course, more importantly, we need to be working much harder than what we are doing today. So, Mexico is the world's largest Spanish-speaking country. World's largest Spanish-speaking country. Okay. Canada is the second largest by area. Okay, India has been ranked 176 among 180 countries in the world in the Environment Protection Index. Now, what we need to understand is that the ranks low primarily because of what the report says: over dependence on coal, and you know coal is a great pollutant. Yeah, over dependence on coal, and of course high degree of pollution. Yeah, and lack of alternatives. You look at something like coal, 68, nearly two-thirds of our energy mix is of coal. So thermal power plants, coal goes into thermal power plants. So nearly two-thirds of our energy comes from, coal fired thermal power plants. So guys, we have a long way to go, but we are getting there because we are now looking at renewable sources of energy in a big way. Um, which is the world's best country in environment protection? The world's best one is out of, okay, let me use white here. Estonia. The world's best is Estonia. India is 176 and 180 countries. What is the last ranked country? Nepal. Nepal is the world's last ranked country when it comes to environment performance index. Okay, first and last, India. Between India and Nepal, there is Pakistan and Bangladesh. Fair. The theme of the 2024 World Day to combat desertification and droughts is, of course, globally, every deforestation is happening at a massive scale. At the same time, desertification, I mean, land is getting fallowed out, and of course it's also the fact that deserts are spreading, which effectively means that it puts fertile soil, it ruins fertile soil, it takes away the livelihoods of people who live on the margins of the deserts. But if the desert spreads, they lose a lot more than just land. Yeah, so this is our theme for the current year. United for land, our legacy, our future. What you need to know here is that India also has a cold desert, a hot desert. What is a hot desert in India called? Thar. The cold desert is called Ladakh. Yeah, the hot desert is called Thar. It's a pretty large desert. It's about, if I'm not wrong, 2.38 lakh square kilometers. 2.38 lakh square kilometers. So it makes it, I think, the 18th biggest hot desert in the world. As you know, the world's biggest hot desert is the Sahara Desert. Okay, that's 85 lakh square kilometer big. That's huge. 85 lakh square kilometer big. It should be which, not, okay, never mind, mistakes happen all the time. Which Bollywood actor's debut children's book is titled The Adventures of Ed Mama, Ed Finds a Home? Alia Bhatt. She's written this book. See, I barely have anything to discuss here. There will be 3-4 questions, as we go along, and you will find that there is nothing to discuss about those. But wherever possible, we go out of our way to learn things. Recently, with chip maker is semiconductors, became the world's most valuable publicly traded company. Now, this is measured by market capitalization. You see this, market capitalization. And it's in short called MCAP. MCAP is calculated number of outstanding, or people call it issued shares, multiplied by market price of each share. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, number of outstanding or issued shares multiplied by market price. Let's say a company has issued 1 lakh shares and the market price of each share is 50 rupees. So what's the market value of the company's capital? 15 lakh rupees. So this is the market cap. And what is the market cap of what is this company? NVIDIA, $3.3 trillion. How much is that? That, ladies and gentlemen, is almost equal to India's GDP. What India produces in terms of goods and services in 1 year, NVIDIA's market value is as much. Of course, it's just market value. It's a an indicator of how consumers, how shareholders and the market looks at this company in terms of its future value. But that's about it. Okay. Now, what about the choice? And by the way, who is the CEO of this company? The first four companies are all American companies. NVIDIA CEO is a guy called, he's also a co-founder, Jensen Huang. Jensen Huang is also a co-founder. Okay. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. What is it? Advanced Micro Devices. They are all chip makers. It's headed by Lisa Su. Lisa Su. See, these guys run the world, literally run the world. Intel, Pat Gelsinger. Patrick Gelsinger. Pat Gelsinger. What about Qualcomm? Qualcomm, Cristiano Amon. Okay. This is a company that owns the patent for CDMA, Snapdragon and all that. Samsung. Samsung's one of the world's biggest technology companies in the world. Biggest technology companies. And Samsung's headed by, Zhong He Han. You could look up the spelling. This is the right spelling. Okay. Zhong He Han. Slightly difficult to pronounce, but there it is. Fair? Which is the first Southeast Asian country to recognize same-sex marriage, that is homosexual marriages, okay, like between two women or between two men or between transgenders as well. This is Thailand, okay. Myanmar, Thailand in red here, and you can see that Thailand, you have Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia. They are all Buddhist countries, all Buddhist countries. Okay, you see this Malaysia, this is peninsular Malaysia here, and this island, this is the island of Borneo. You can see this here. Let me just circle it. This is the island of Borneo. Okay, this island of Borneo is one of the 4 largest islands in the world. But this island itself comprises 3 countries. The southern part is Indonesia. In green, you see this is all Indonesia, same colored green. Okay, this is Indonesia. The northern part, you can see here the same color as Malaysia. So this is called East Malaysia or simply Malaysia. You have Malaysia here, but within the Malaysian portion at the top, you find a small country here called Brunei. Brunei. What is the country called? Brunei. Okay, so Malaysia, Indonesia and Brunei are 3 Muslim countries. The rest are all here, Buddhist countries. So these are Muslim countries and these are Buddhist countries. Philippines is a Roman Catholic country. What is it? Roman Catholic country. This was ruled by Spain for a long time. What? I think it was ruled by Spain between 1568 and 1898. Okay. Yeah. Chalo. That's about it. Should we look at the capitals? Indonesia is home to, Indonesia's capital is Jakarta, but they are going to have a new capital which they are likely to call Nusantara. Nusantara, that's the name of the new capital, Nusantara. Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, there is mentioned here, Kuala Lumpur. There is also another capital called Putrajaya. Thailand, you would know, Bangkok. Myanmar, Naypyidaw. This is Naypyidaw here. Brunei's capital is, I'll write here, Bandar Seri Begawan. Bandar Seri Begawan. Bandar is an Arabic word which means, Arabic and Persian also, Persian word, mostly Persian word, which means port, harbor. Okay. And at the tip of all of this, at the tip of the Malaysian peninsula, you would find Singapore. Well, Dash has been named one of the 10 land heroes by the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. Again, desertification come back. So this this guy is a mechanical engineer by qualification and a farmer by profession. Siddhesh Sakore. I read about him. Not much that I can discuss here. He's a farmer, and this guy is revolutionizing these methods of halting desertification, making soil productive, are revolutionizing agriculture in Maharashtra. Okay. Who is the first Indian to receive the Nelson Mandela Lifetime Achievement Award for his contribution to films? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Vinod Ganatra. Vinod Ganatra is a veteran filmmaker. He has won multiple awards for children's films. He has won, and he's also been, he's also been the jury member at around 400 festivals around the world. Okay. In around 400 festivals around the world. And who was Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela was the president of, what's that place? South Africa. What is it? Republic of South Africa. And he was the president in the early 90s, 91 to 96. But what you need to know is that he was in jail for nearly 27 years. He fought against something called the apartheid system. Apartheid system. Okay, I think in the next class I'll bring this question back, and I'll discuss this for about 10 minutes. Apartheid, 5 to 10 minutes. I'll discuss apartheid system in South Africa. Fair? I guess is a good thing to discuss, good thing to learn about. Okay, especially in today's world. Name the Indian golfers who have qualified for the Paris Olympics in 2024. That's next year. This year, late this year, Olympics will be held in Paris, and all three have qualified for the golf, sport at the Olympics this year. The next Olympics will be held in 2028. This will be held in Los Angeles in the United States. Los Angeles in United States. Okay. I guess that's about it. There is hardly anything else to discuss. And I think the 2032, if I am not wrong, the 2032 Olympic Games will be held in Brisbane, Australia. I think that's the right thing I mentioned. Let me again check, and you also check. In case I am wrong, please get back. Okay. Which company has launched the world's first large-scale 100% hydrogen-ready engine power plant? Now, there is this entire, movement towards hydrogen, using hydrogen as a fuel. EVs, oxygen cells, hydrogen cells, so hybrid vehicles, so plenty of them. Wärtsilä is a company from, in the case of these companies, I'm not going to name the CEOs. I think in the case of the chip companies, I named the CEOs. So here I'll mention only the head offices, okay, or maybe if necessary I'll bring in CEOs also. Okay. This is a Helsinki based company. Where is it? Helsinki. Helsinki is the capital of Finland. It's the capital of Finland. Okay. Energy services company. ExxonMobil is one company. You can write it as one word without the space in between, or like this as well. It's headed by anyway, in the case of seriously large companies like ONGC, I'm talking of only, okay, instead of giving the names of the CEOs of all companies like ONGC, is Arun Kumar Singh. Arun Kumar Singh, I think he's just stuck. It's okay. Arun Kumar Singh. So, Arun Kumar Singh, Shell is headed by Whale Swan, W-A-E-L. I think it's writing now. Whale Swan. This is one of this Shell, British Petroleum, ExxonMobil are among the world's largest energy companies, my friends. Huge companies. They have turnovers of over $300 billion. Okay. So, BP, ExxonMobil, BP is the British company, London based. Shell is also a London based company. ExxonMobil is an American company. Okay. Okay, I'll just, since I mentioned it, two companies I said, I'll mention the CEOs. Darren Woods. Darren Woods is a CEO. Darren Woods. I think that's enough. Yeah. Fair. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the new campus of Nalanda University in Bihar. See, this is an ancient university. It has been rebuilt and remodeled and everything. It's a brand new thing. But if you would want to know the old university, the old original Nalanda University, okay, was built by Gupta Emperor Kumara Gupta. Kumara Gupta built the Nalanda University in 427 AD, that is 427 years after the birth of Jesus. Fair? And if you would want to know about the years, how these calendars come, maybe I could discuss this as well for the next 2 weeks, or maybe next week I'll bring in either the calendars or apartheid, one of these things. Let me see what I can bring in. Okay, which you want, you can actually comment and you can leave feedback and we'll pick that one basically. Fair? Kumar Gupta, and it was destroyed. It was a Buddhist monastery, my friends, considered one of the greatest learning centers in ancient India, but it was destroyed by a Muslim invader named Bakhtiyar Khalji. Bakhtiyar Khalji. He destroyed it. He burnt all the books in the library. Yeah, he killed lots of Brahmins there, Buddhists, sorry. Yeah. See, he believed that these are places that go against his own faith. So, he destroyed that. So, guys, that's about it. Which regulatory body has been awarded the Risk Manager of the Year Award 2024 by the London-based publishing house Central Banking? Now, our own RBI considered one of the world's finest, central banks, and no wonder that it has been chosen as the best risk manager of the year. Yeah. Our economy is stable. Look at what's happening in Turkey, what's happening in China, what's happening in Japan, what's happening in the US. Everywhere, countries are not doing, all of these economies are not doing great. But look at India. We are stable and we are growing fast, especially given that major economies around the world are not doing well. Okay. This is a US central bank, American central bank. There's hardly anything else to discuss. Okay. And when was the RBI started? 1934-35. 1934 is when it was started. Okay. Nationalized in 1949. Who is the new managing director of Dhanlakshmi Bank? Ajit Kumar. Okay. What about Pralay Mondal? Pralay Mondal is CEO of CSB. CSB is Catholic Syrian Bank. Sandeep Bakshi, ICICI Bank. Atul Kumar Goyal, Punjab National Bank, PNB. Satyanarayan Raju, Canara Bank. What is it? Canara Bank. Yeah. Who leads 2023 Crawls celebrity brand valuation rankings with $228 million in the branding value? Virat Kohli. You see, all mentioned here, top 5 here. I took it from this website, okay, Crawl website, and I found this to be pretty interesting. Look at this, $228 million is the brand valuation of Virat Kohli. 228 into 8, that's about nearly 2,000 crore rupees. You understand that? That's the brand value of this man. So, comes in Ranveer Singh in the second place, followed by Shah Rukh Khan, Akshay Kumar and Alia Bhatt. Highest ranked woman, celebrity is Alia Bhatt. A little over $100 million US. That's 850 crore rupees, my friends. Yeah. So, I guess that's about it. What about this sports person? Mahendra Singh Dhoni comes in at 95. That's all about current affairs this week, my friends. Thank you for being here. Have a lot of fun and stay curious. Thank you. Okay, guys, a little more here. I would want you to join our, social media handles, like we have Instagram, we have YouTube, channels and all. So please join or subscribe to our social media handles. The description for which basically are all given. You would find them in the description box. You please also consider joining for our online courses, for which the description is given. How do you join them? And if you wish to join for an offline course, please walk into our nearest time office. See you in the classrooms as well as, of course, here as well. Thank you for being here. Stay curious.